Poppin T fam, here we are back after another Ravens loss. Baby, 3 already 4 weeks in. Can't believe I'm saying that. Absolutely doesn't feel real. But T of the day, star quarterback, MVP quarterback, Lamar Jackson is likely to miss multiple weeks, looking like 2 to 3, and is most likely out for this game on Sunday against the Houston Texans. Poppy, what are your thoughts to that news?
Just kind of like numb inside.
Yeah.
I don't really. What is the point of watching this team without Lamar Jackson? Honestly. Yeah. Which, I know I sound like a fake fan, but like, there's just so much dysfunction right now, and Lamar was the only thing keeping us competitive in our 3 losses. So, hope is not great right now. How are you feeling about it?
I wish the episode came out last week, but the same way I felt last week, man. The season is over. Like, the season is done.
Yeah, sorry about the last 2 episodes. There's a little bit of technological issues on my end, so we're getting it sorted out. This will be in your ears shortly.
Wow. But yeah, I'm done on the season, man. It's just time to chalk it up. I'm just hoping that Harbaugh gets fired out of this dumpster fire. I hope that's how we come out of this. But the season was over. As soon as Nnamdi Madubuike, as soon as they kind of danced around his injury news, about him going on IR and then, it being a neck injury and what happened and this and that. But he's out for the season, and there goes our defense with that. It's very evident that our defense isn't the same without him. It wasn't good enough with him, and now without him, it's done and over with. Patrick Ricard has yet to touch the field. Stanley's now dealing with an injury. Marlon's dealing with an injury. Nate Wiggins is dealing with an injury. Roquan Smith is dealing with an injury. Lamar Jackson is dealing with injury. This season is done and over with. I'm kind of at that fence of like, do I want to miss the playoffs or do I not? I can't imagine my team missing the playoffs. But I'm starting to look to draft picks at this point. I'm looking for a premier edge rusher or offensive lineman, and you don't get the luxury of those premier guys making the playoffs. So I'm kind of like, would I prefer to miss the playoffs and get a chance to swing at one of those premier guys, like getting a chance at another Kyle Hamilton, like being able to draft at 14, being able to draft a little higher, like a Ronnie Stanley, Marlon Humphrey, like getting a swing at one of those guys, or do I want to make the playoffs? Just sort of like, because I always mess with Bengals fans about Joe Burrow missing the playoffs, and it's just like, if Lamar would miss the playoffs, that would kind of sting. But yeah, I'm done. I'm like you said, I'm numb. I saw the news today, and I didn't even react. It's just the season is a dumpster fire. It's time to fire sale and see if we can get some of these contracts off and see what we can do. At least that's where I'm at. Maybe I'm being a little dramatic, but
that's what I was about to ask you. Do you think we're being dramatic in this whole situation right now? Do you think we get it sorted out?
Like, I think you can say we're being a little dramatic, but I think there's also like a definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I watched the Ravens do the same things for 8 years. Why am I going to expect for them to magically flip a switch come January? Like, sure, we can. We started 2-2 when 2019 and then won the last 14 straight or whatever it was. Sure, we can go on a run in a regular season, but I just know how it's going to play out come January. So to me, it's just like, dude, I'm past it. Like, it's time for a change. This way we've been doing it isn't going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to have any hope of this team doing anything in the postseason, even making the postseason with the way we're playing right now. I mean, it's top to bottom dysfunction in the whole, from coaching down to the like practice squad. Like everything is not working right now.
Yeah.
Munkin's not calling good plays. The defense is just getting shredded every single week, despite having these talented corners and safeties. And John just, I don't know what he's bringing to the table right now. I mean, we have Jair out since week 1. We have Keaton Mitchell out since week 1. We still have Falele at right guard. He refuses to play Jay Higgins, even with Roquan going down.
Justice Hill is still getting an absurd amount of snaps. He's taking a lot of snaps from Derrick Henry.
Getting an absurd amount of snaps and taking them off the field on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 seemingly every time we get to that down and distance. Just telling the defense, hey, it's a pass, pretty much. Yeah. I don't know what. I feel like we've just seen this spiral of John Harbaugh, like to the point where he's just actively taking away from the potential of this team. Yeah. And I know it's become a national media talking point now, which is crazy. I feel like I've never seen it until this year, but I feel like with the Ravens being the Super Bowl favorites this year, with more of their games being in prime time, with bigger opponents, like people are just seeing that we're getting out-coached every single week that we play football.
Every week.
Like every single week that we play, and like at first it was like, okay, John and Zach gotta go. It's like now, like Todd Monken like isn't even in his groove anymore. He had Lamar throwing for 41 touchdowns last season, and like I get that Lamar has been producing this year too, but like Monken is not doing him favors anymore. Like,
no, not at all. Not at all.
I don't know. My biggest frustration with this team, besides just not living up to their potential, is like 3rd and 4th down. Like 3rd and short and 4th and short. Like, if I see you take out Derrick Henry again on 3rd and short or 4th and short, like I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna throw something at the TV, because like we talk about this all the time. This is also a national media talking point. It's like I see it on TikTok from people who aren't even Ravens fans. Like, even if you're not even planning on handing the ball to Derrick Henry, you have to. That he has to be on the field so that the defense has to be aware of him and has to commit some level of attention to him. Putting Justice on the field, even if he's technically a better pass catcher or whatever, like you're just keying the defense to what you're about to do, and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's not working. Our offensive line is too bad. They can get such quick pressure. Just bring an extra man, or just putting their best pass rusher on Falele, like it's not working.
No, not at all.
It's so frustrating, dude.
It's
so frustrating seeing the back of these jerseys, seeing the names in this offense and this defense, and just seeing them play like bums.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's frustrating to me because it just feels like it's. Every year, it's been the same story, different roster. Same story, different coaches. And it's like the same story has been the same coach for 16 years. Like, no matter who the OC has been, we've always had offensive struggles. Like, there always gets to a point. Like, even though we've had top 10 offenses and our offenses have been explosive and Lamar's won multiple MVPs, there's always those moments where it's just like, why can't we clean these certain things up? Every year that we play Steve Spagnuolo and the Chiefs, that blitz seems to give us problems. We can't figure it out for some reason. We've played them boys 6-7 times. Why can't we learn from the film on these blitz pickups and give Lamar time back there? We just watched how the Lions decided to play Lamar with the QB spy. The Chiefs came out and did it as well, and there were still problems. Like, it's just like we don't. I don't feel like we learn from certain mistakes, and it's just like there's and every point I make is going to end up coming back to you, John. It's going to come back to John Harbaugh. Because it's like, dude, you've been running the program for 16 years. Why every season we have these penalties and these miscues, and it just looks like at times we're lost. And it's just like, even when Bill Belichick had lost Brady and was playing over there with scrubs, it was they were bad because they were just a bad football team at that point. It wasn't because things got sloppy and things fell off the rails. And it's just like, I don't get how you can have, like you said, the names on the back of jerseys like you have, and for it to look as bad as it does out there. To just be completely like, we're not the Panthers. We're not a bunch of young boys, like bunch of new draft picks that just got into the league. We have vets. We have seasoned vets that have been battle tested.
And a lot of money allocated to those vets.
And it's just, it looks like that. Lamar Jackson, all-pro player. Ronnie Stanley is an all-pro player. Patrick Ricard is an all-pro player. Tyler
All-pro
Linderbaum
Marlowe.
is a potential all-pro player. Marlowe's an all-pro player. Roquan is an all-pro player. Jair is an all-pro player. Namdi is an all-pro player. Kyle's an all-pro player. Malachi is a first-round draft pick. Nate is a first-round draft pick. I think Chidobe was also a first-round draft pick. I may be wrong. Odafe, first-round draft pick. Kyle Van Noy is a 30-something-year-old vet. Broderick Washington is a 5-6 year vet. Trenton Simpson has been in the league 3 years now. Dallin Fale has been the starting right guard for going on 3 seasons. Where is the like continuity, or like the okay, we've been here for a while, like we should be able to play in games like these and not look flustered and not look bad and mental mistakes and all this. I didn't even talk about D Hop being an all-pro guy. Zay being a Pro Bowl guy, Bateman being a multiple year vet, like, and it just doesn't look like it out there. It doesn't look like the amount of talent out there is playing up to the level. And I would love for us to be the Hard Knocks this season so I could see what's going on in the building. But I don't think the guys, and I see this outside looking at, I don't really think the guys believe in John anymore, man. I don't think they really follow John.
I don't think so either. I mean, we look like we don't really care when
they look like they're out there kind of playing like F it ball. Like it's kind of like, it's kind of gotten to the point where like you're playing football, and I don't want to say you're playing football just to be playing football, but it's like you're not playing for like the team, you're not playing for your coach, you're not playing for the guys, you're just out there doing your own thing. And it kind of seems like that's the point that we're in 4 weeks into the season, where it's like guys are
except
just
for
out
Justice
there
Hill. Shout out Justice Hill.
Like I was watching like a clip of Jamar Chase and Malik Neighbors, and I was just like, I miss having Marcus Peters on his team. Like I miss having those guys who care so much that it spills out on the field into emotion. Like I saw Jamar Chase talking to Zach Taylor, and it's just like, dude, like where is that with John Harbaugh? Why is nobody coming up to John Harbaugh and checking John Harbaugh? Why is Derrick Henry like, fuck all this team shit sometimes? Oh, I'm sorry, my language. I'm getting besides myself. But it's just like, forget all this team stuff and there's eyes sometimes in football, man. You're Derrick Henry, man. You're a Hall of Fame back. There needs to be an eye sometimes. Like, John, why am I coming off of the field on 4th and 3rd downs? Why is Justice Hill coming on the field before me? He hasn't earned this over me. There's no reason for that. Lamar Jackson has to be a point where like, why am I rolling out with 3rd and 4th downs? I'm calling the plays on 3rd and 4th down now. We're getting to what I like. Forget what Todd wants to run. This is what I want to run, and keep Derek out on the field with me. Like, it has to get to that point where like the guys take control back of his team. Or if they continue to let John lead this team, John will continue to lead them off the cliff into the abyss like he's done every season. But somebody is going to have to step up and take over, because John just clearly isn't the guy to be running the program in Baltimore anymore. It's not even say it's sad to say that, it hurts to say that, but it's time for him to go, bro. Like, I'm just tired of him watching the same mistakes, doing the same things, and just wasting years. We're just burning clock. We played the Bills and the Chiefs. Those 2 games told me that, yeah, this team isn't ready for January. Like, you got 2 swings at the 2 teams that you have to beat to go to the championship. You couldn't beat not a single one of them. You couldn't split it. You couldn't go 1-1. You lost to both of them. You got blew out by the Chiefs, and you had a 15-point lead with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter against the Bills, and you lost both games. This team isn't built for January. So do what we got to do to get through the season, man. Lamar is hurt, and it's something that might linger. Sit him. At this point, sit him. I don't care. Now he's done for the year. Sit him. But this year is done and over with. I've seen all I need to see out of the squad, and they're not ready for January. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, not now. I don't know if changes will be made to the coaching staff, if Zach Orr will be gone in the next couple of episodes that we're talking on. But I'm so tired of getting out coached and not having a coach that's bringing like anything to the table at this point.
Yeah.
Other guys are raising their defense up. Defensive head coach. You've got other guys like McVay or Andy Reid or Shanahan that are lifting up their offenses, making their offenses look good with injuries and with backup quarterbacks playing. You got CEOs like Dan Campbell or Jim Harbaugh that are building these cultures of dudes that are playing much higher than their skill level. And John is not bringing any of those things to the table right now. He's got a team that doesn't want to play, and he's not upgrading the offense or defense. It's just
like we watched Dan Campbell. Like everybody was like, "Yo, the Lions are going to fall off a cliff. They're going to struggle. They're going to be this, and that." After they lost both coordinators, it took them one game, and they got it together after that. Like they got right back to where they left off at. John Harbaugh lost Mac. And that defense fell off a cliff. Like, completely fell off of a cliff. And it's just like, John is more defensive-minded than he is offensive. And it's just like, dude, like, where's the help? Where's the input? How do you even... And then you go bring in a Chuck Pagano, and the defense is still as bad. And it's just like, what's going on over there? Like, what are we doing in meetings, John? Like, what are we doing in team meetings? What are we doing in defensive meetings? Where it's just like, this defense just looks so bad. Like, with these names on, it just looks that bad. Like, we have the worst defense in football.
Yeah.
We're back where we started last season. And I'm supposed to expect different come January?
No.
I've seen this story. I know how this story ends. Regardless of how close the game is going to be in January, if it comes down to a 2-point conversion again, I know how it's going to end. We're not going to make the plays that need to be made. And we're going to sit down in this podcast and be like, how did we lose in the same fashion for the same? We're going to find somebody else to point the blame to somewhere.
We're not doing that this year.
Like, that's just what it is. That's John Harbaugh coach teams.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't have got Jim. How did we get John? Everywhere Jim has gone,
not Mike McDonald.
Jim, well... Actually, he didn't win a championship with the 49ers, but he got them to the Super Bowl. And he went to Michigan and he won. And then he came to Chargers in his year 2. He got them looking like a well-oiled machine. Like, yes, they just lost to the Giants. But, like, since Jim has got there, the Chargers have looked good. Like, the Chargers that's the thing about the Chargers that I like, is that the Chargers have an identity and they stick to it. Jim is going to build the trenches. He's going to run the ball and allow his quarterback to make plays within those parameters. Our identity is running the football, and we get away from it. I don't watch Jim get away from his game plan or his identity within the first quarter, but I watch his brother do it almost in every big game. And it's just that I think.
And every week in the press conference is like, "Oh yeah, running was a big part of our game plan. We just got away from it. We didn't do a good job."
Like, coach.
Every time it's like, dude, you keep saying it, but why do you keep doing it?
That's what me and you were sitting here trying to figure out, man.
Why do you keep doing it? If you recognize that it's part of what you want to do, like, then stop.
Like, run the football, man. Run the football. Like, you have the fastest quarterback in the league. one of the best bruising backs of all times. Justice, who's a nice change of pace back. And then you have Keaton, who's probably one of the fastest backs in the league behind guys like A-Chain and Jameer Gibbs. And it's just like one of them is a healthy scratch because you're telling me how Rasheed Ali is so much more valuable in special teams. Keaton can return kicks. We've seen him return kicks.
Yeah.
There has to be somebody else within that 53-man roster that you can go out and put at gunner for Keaton. And I don't believe that Keaton is that much of a liability that he can't be a gunner on kickoff and don't even have to run down the field anymore. Like, you stand there, you watch the guy catch the ball, and boom, 5 yards of contact, and then you go try to make a tackle. Like, it's things like that. It's just like, I feel like he just always makes these constant excuses and like always like seems to have the right answer to save himself in these excuses. Like, to me, the way you talk about Keaton, the way y'all talk about Keaton as an organization, as a team, the way you talk about him as a coach, there's no reason that I would think going into week 5 he hasn't suited up not once.
I know.
He hasn't suited up once. This
is 2 years removed from this injury.
Yeah, because he got back healthy last year, but we didn't rush it. And then it's just like, where's the clarity on Patrick Ricard? Like, why are we sitting in the dark with our All-Pro fullback, having no idea his timetable to return? Same thing we touched on a little earlier with Jair Alexander. He's been a healthy scratch since week 1. Is this about to turn into a Deontay Johnson situation? Like, what's going on? Is he ever going to play for us? Like, I understand that trying to hold him off for January talk, but like that's over. We're 1 and 3,
win
coach.
Some
like,
games now.
Yeah, we got to win some games. All that trying to hold him for January nonsense is done and over with. Like, if he can go, he got to go. Yeah. So it's just like there's certain situations. There's a lot going on over there. That I'm very upset with, and I think it's time for a culture change, one way or another.
I think so too.
John, thank you for your time, buddy. But we need some. I'd love to have like a Brian Flores like come in and have him come in with that defense and put guys where it's supposed to be, and not have Odafe Owe and Mike Green dropping into hook curls on third down. Like, having our pass rushers be pass rushers. Allowing maybe Trent Simpson needs to go play like an Andrew Van Ginkel role. Maybe he needs to stop playing off-ball linebacker. Solely off-ball linebacker, but like use his athleticism and his speed in different spots. And just allowing the guys who can play to play. I struggle to believe that there's nobody in the building better than Daniel Filet at right guard. I highly struggle to believe that.
I agree with you.
Even if Brent Urban had to come put on the 68, come play good. Like, I know there's a free agent, somebody. I know there's someone on the trade block for another organization. I know there's somebody that is willing and able-bodied to play right guard for the Baltimore Ravens. But Harbaugh he won't make a move. He won't. Sitting on, I think we got 3 fifth-round draft picks this year, like 4 or something like that. Or maybe like 3 fifths and 2 sixths, and we're sitting on them. Like, use them, dog. 5th, 6th, 7th round picks don't make the NFL, don't make your team too often. Even as a Ravens, the guys who, will sit on those later round talents. They don't work out too often, man. Go trade them if you can. Go get somebody in the building. I think Brandon Sheriff is sitting on his couch somewhere. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Something we got to make some changes though. Gotta stop being. I
agree with you. Yeah.
Honestly, but yeah, I think that's all I really got from my rant today, man. I'm done. I'm over the season. I think I watched about 5 minutes worth of the game. I didn't start at like 4:00. I missed the first drive. I think I saw the Chiefs' first offensive drive. I watched for a little bit, and I watched Lamar running the Linderbaum's back, fumble the ball, and then I got up, clicked the remote, turned the game off. I was like, nope. I was like, I would be enjoying my Sunday. I'm not doing this to myself. I'm not going to sit here and piss myself off. I think I went and did some laundry, did something productive with my Sunday instead of watching the Ravens.
Yeah. No, it's bad. Yeah. And I don't know how much energy I have to watch Cooper Rush the next couple weeks, but
yeah, if Cooper Rush is starting against Houston, I'm not watching the game. Houston already stinks, and then it's Cooper Rush. I'm not watching that nonsense.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have anything else to say either. I think we should, if we're lucky, start getting some movement with the coaching staff or the roster in the next couple weeks that we can talk about, and hopefully we can get on here and talk about some wins, some building. But until then,
Mark Andrews,
I think you've heard enough of us ranting.
Roquan Smith, watch out. Watch out. Y'all might be playing in a different jersey somewhere. Watch out.
Yep. All right, well, that's going to do it for today.
Poppin T fam, thank you for sticking this out with us. It's 1-3 hot start from your Super Bowl favorite Ravens.
Yep.
I love it.
All right, signing off.
Peace.